Spoiler alert. This video is not about my opinion about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. This is a legal education channel. And so I need to educate you today on why you cannot just get away with slapping people. Slapping someone is a battery. A battery is defined as a rude, insolent, or angry touching of another person. And if you are charged with battery, in most places, you do not have to have a cooperating victim to further the prosecution of the case. Because sometimes a battery is on video, sometimes national television, and sometimes there are witnesses. So it's not required that the victim of the slapping actually cooperate in order for you to be charged. However, depending on the level of the battery that's charged or the facts that are required to meet the elements of the charge, you may need the cooperating witness or at least a witness. So for example, in the state of Indiana where I practice law, there are different levels of battery. There's what we call a B misdemeanor battery that requires just a rude, insolent, or angry touching. There's an A misdemeanor battery defined as a rude, insolent, or angry touching that results in injury. And that injury could be as minor as pain. And then there are higher levels of battery depending on whether or not a weapon was used or if there was serious bodily injury. If you followed the Will Smith and Chris Rock incident, you know that the LAPD issued a statement saying that at that time there would be no prosecution or there would be no investigation because the person, Chris Rock, had not come forward and made a police report. Well, in most places, a police report being made by an alleged victim is not an absolute requirement, especially in a situation where there may be other witnesses to a crime other than the alleged victim. And so the important takeaway from this situation is not to believe that there's always a victim's report needed or a victim's testimony needed in order for the prosecution to pursue a crime. In a situation like this, where it was broadcast over national television, that video recording in and of itself can be used as evidence. Even if they don't have the victim coming forward saying, I was hurt or I was injured or I suffered any sort of pain or injury at all, they still have enough with just a videotape to show that a battery happened. Again, what do they have to prove? There was a touching, clearly that happened. It was rude, definitely not polite, insolent, or angry. Based on the behavior of Will Smith right after it happened, the words that he was yelling up at the stage, in addition to thousands of people that witnessed it in person and millions of people who watched it on national television, including the LAPD and the LA County Prosecutor's Office. I think that a prosecutor would have enough to prove that this was a rude, insolent, or angry touching. So what's our weekly wisdom here? 1, just keep your hands to yourself. 2, just because an alleged victim does not cooperate in the prosecution of a case does not mean that the prosecution cannot go forward. And 3, other witnesses or a recording of a crime is enough if the state can use that to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. That's it for this video. If you thought it was useful or you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want more weekly wisdom about other topics, leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you want more videos from Katie the Closer TV, please subscribe for future video notifications.